Prior to becoming a hiring specialist for the state of Illinois, I worked as a child welfare specialist, and then I transitioned into being an intact program supervisor. Both of these positions were with private agencies. At that level, at the private agency level, I had this yucky feeling that, the files were not being worked. The cases were not being worked. And then I realized, or had a suspicion or conspiracy theory, whichever way, people who work at private agencies may have a similar experience or not, I don't know. But the state pays an exorbitant amount of money to keep these files open. Private agency child welfare specialists get paid a decent amount of money, hourly, salary, and in per diem and travel. It is a major economic waste. We have a shortage of foster homes that would like to be licensed for fostering, because who's housing these teenagers? Institutions are overran or short of staff because it's hard to control. Inside and out, it's difficult. So at the private agency level, I thought, where the case come from? Comes from the state. At the investigation level, the investigators determine if a case becomes a case. So it became a desire for me to become an investigator for DCFS, which is exactly what happened. I became an investigator for DCFS, and it is at that level where you see how a situation can evolve into a drawn-out period unnecessarily. Investigators for Children and Family Services stand between a family being educated on services and resources that they may or may not need, or a family being dragged through an unjust judicial system for lack of understanding, for lack of cultural differences, for lack of, non-discriminatory practices. And this is done throughout the whole state, region to region. So if you're in a more rural region, you're going to experience probably a little bit more pushback. In an urban region, no pushback, because no one's working the cases, really. No one at any level really works the cases. That's what makes my case crazy. So let's see how it all unfolds.